Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're going to be creating our character creator details menu. This one right here. So you'll click on new game, choose your template, and then this menu come up. You can choose a name. We're not going to do all the buttons and stuff yet. We're just going to be creating this menu, and it's quite a bit of work to do. So let's just hop into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and hop in our main menu level. And we'll go ahead and hop in our blueprints, widgets, main menu widget. And what we want to do here, let me take a look at the graph real quick. Alright, let's go back to the designer. Alright, so what we want to do, let's look for a canvas panel. And we're going to pull this canvas panel on our main canvas panel. And then we're going to come down. We're going to name this character details canvas panel, and we want to check is variable right there. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna find our horizontal box, this guy right here, on our character base selection, and we're just gonna duplicate this right here. We're gonna pull this down onto our character details canvas panel. Then we're gonna rename it. We're gonna name this character details icon image for the icon. Then we're gonna name the horizontal box. We're gonna name that character details info icon, or info horizontal box. Then we're gonna go down to the text, and we're gonna name this character details text. We're gonna change that text to say, let me find my reference here. I think it just says create character, but I'm gonna need this reference anyway. Yeah, create character. So yeah, we'll go back down and we'll make that say create character. We're gonna click on the horizontal box, and we're gonna let's go position X like 50. Yeah, right there. Compile and save. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna set the visibility on all of this. When we click on any of these buttons. So what we want to do is let's go ahead and scroll some of this over. On each button, we're just gonna make some room in here. We're gonna grab this set visibility. We're gonna hit Control C, Control V that. And we're just gonna plug it in here. We're gonna change it from hidden to visible. Then we're gonna find our character details canvas panel right here. We're gonna get that. We're gonna plug that in. And we're just gonna copy and paste this on each of the buttons. So we'll just make some room for it. Get it in that one. And then we'll come over here. Do it in this one. That not being straight is gonna bug the hell out of me. Let me just do that. There we go. And we'll do this one. And we'll do this one. And there we go. Now we got 5 more. So we'll do this one. And this one. And this one. Like that, and 2 more. And last one. Like that. Then we'll compile and save. Let's go back to the designer. We want to click on the canvas panel here. We're going to go over here to visibility. We're going to set that to hidden. Compile and save, and we'll just do a little test real quick on that. And yeah, it shows. And there we go. Looks like that spacing is pretty far over there. Let's change that a bit. Let's go to our text. Create character text. Let's maybe throw some padding on the right side. Maybe 100. Let's also just set the visibility of the character base selection canvas panel. Just set that to hidden. And we'll go back to our text here. Set the padding to maybe 120. 150. About 150 like that. Yeah, that looks good. Compile and save. We'll go ahead and set the visibility of some of this other stuff off as well. Just hide everything until we get to, you know, just this stuff. Alright, so let me just find my reference right here. So what we want is a border. Maybe not a border first. Let me see. All right, yeah. Let's find a border, and we will bring this down to our character details canvas panel, and we're gonna click on that. We're gonna anchor it to the left side. We're gonna set the position to 0, and that anchor didn't work. What? Oh, click on your character details canvas panel. We forgot to size this to the full thing. So click on that. We're going to go to the anchors of this, and then we're going to size that to the full. Set the offset right to 0. Offset bottom to 0. Let's also make sure this horizontal. Okay, it is. Yeah, it's definitely a part of it. Okay, so now our border went in the middle right there. So we're going to click on our border there. We're going to set the alignment to 0.5 and 0.5. And let's just set the position to about 200. Yeah, about 200 for now. And then the size X to about 500. We'll just kind of position this. And size Y to about, whoops, not 5,000, 500. Maybe a little bigger. Maybe 600 and 600. Yeah, 600. 600. We'll set the position X to about 400. Like that. And then on the border, we're going to set the tint to be black. Like that. And then we're going to get a scroll box, and we're going to set this on the border. We're going to click on the scroll box, and we're going to, okay, it looks like it already is filled, so that should be good. And then we're going to right click on the scroll box, and we're going to wrap this with a border. And we're going to make this tint we're gonna copy the same thing around our text logo. So go to that color and opacity, copy it, come back to the border right there, and we're just gonna paste that like so. Okay, maybe we want that border to be black and then the other border to be that color. Let's try that. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let me just hop in and see what that's looking like. Oh, let me go to on the top border, go to the tint and paste that color. Not on the content color and opacity, but on the tint right there. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So now just click on this border. We're gonna set the padding to be even on all 4 sides. So just do that. And that should be good. So let me check. What do we need next? We need... Let's grab a size box. So let's grab that. We're gonna put that on our scroll box. Let's click on the size box. We're gonna go to the height override and we're gonna set that to about 50. Yeah, like that. And then what we need is an overlay. So let's grab an overlay. Then we're gonna set that on the size box. Like that. Should be filled already, yep. And then we need let's grab an image. We're gonna set that on the overlay. We're gonna click on the image and we're gonna set the fill horizontally to full and then fill vertically as well. Then we're gonna right click on that image and we're gonna wrap it with a border. And we're gonna set that border color to be kind of like a oh, not that image. The image we can set to like a dark grayish or like a dark purplish color like that. And then we're gonna wrap on that border. We're gonna set that color to an even darker purple. Compile and save. Let me actually check what color I had that. Okay, so I had it a little backwards. So I actually want to set this image color here to be the same color as this border out here. So I'm just gonna copy that color and then paste that in, and then it's wrapped. We'll make it slightly darker, and then I had it wrapped with a darker purple like that. That works. And then on the image we're gonna make the padding even on all sides. I'm just gonna set it to 2 on all sides right there. And then let's see, now we need a horizontal box. So let's grab that and we're gonna set this on the border. Let's see, on the overlay, and we'll set that to fill like that. Yeah, bring the horizontal box onto the overlay and then fill it. And then what we need is a another size box. We'll bring this onto the horizontal box. And we're gonna set this width override and height override. Let's see. Maybe 250, 20, maybe 75, 60. Let's see. 40, 30. We'll set it to about 30. So 200 on the width override and 30 on the height override. And we'll add a little bit of padding on the left side, maybe like 50. Like that. And then we need a text. We're gonna put a text in that. So pull a text on that size box. And on the text, click on your text. We're gonna call this name. It's gonna be just gonna say our name. And we want to go down to justification. We're gonna center that. And then maybe we need some padding on the no, we need to set that to fill. Okay, maybe we do want padding on the bottom. Maybe like no. Go to the size box. Set the height override. Yeah, we'll set the height override to 40 actually, instead of 30. That way it kind of centers that a little bit better on the size box. So just go to the height override, set that to 40. Then on the text here, we're gonna, let's see. You can leave the horizontal alignment to fill, but then on the vertical alignment, bring that to center, and it'll also center it a little bit more. And we're gonna change the font of it. I'm gonna change it to my lemon milk font right there. Then I'm gonna go down to the outline size, set that to about 2. And I think that's pretty good. So now we need another size box, and we're gonna bring this on our horizontal box, and just click on that size box. We're gonna give it some padding on the left, maybe about, actually we're gonna fill this one, and then we'll give it some padding on the left and right to about 50 on the left and right, like that. And then on the top, we'll set that to maybe 10. On the bottom, same, to about 10, like that. And then what we need is a text. Bring in a not a text, just the text. What we want is a text box, and this is what lets you type in your name and stuff when we get on the menu. So bring this text box onto this new size box, like that, and you see it'll fill in. It'll fill into the size box, and just to show you what that does, we can go in, click on it, and type letters. We need to change some of the, we need to kind of change the way it looks a little bit. So click on your text box here. We're gonna go to the background image, and we're just gonna give it a little bit of like a blue tint and make it darker, a little darker like that. And I'm just gonna copy that tint and put it on the background image hovered and on the focused. I'm gonna paste it there, and then paste it there, and then I'm gonna go here and bring the value up a little bit on the hovered. That way when you hover over it, you can tell you're hovered over it. And then we're gonna go down to the, where is it at? And just close these, make it easier to find. Looking for where the fonts are. Text style, maybe? Yeah, go to text style, font. I'm gonna change that to my lemon milk. I'm gonna change the size of this to like 12. Because right now it'll kind of like hang off the edges. And we'll check that real quick. Click on it. Yeah, that looks good. We're also gonna give it some outline though. So let's go down to the outline settings, set the outline to about 2. And I think I'm gonna, on this image back here, I'm gonna make it just a little bit darker. Like that. That way this doesn't blend in with it quite as much. And I think that is just about it. Yeah. That should be good. So now we just need to rename all this stuff. We don't want it to be all the same name, so I'm just gonna copy the names I have here. So I'm gonna go up to my top border and I'm gonna rename this to, whoops. I'm gonna rename this to character details border. And then I'm gonna go to the next border. What did I name that? Character detail scroll box border. So character details scroll box border. Then I'm gonna go to the scroll box and I'm just gonna name this character details scroll box. Then we're gonna go to the size box, name it character details size box. Then we're gonna go to the overlay, name that character. Actually, these are probably different. Let me check. Yeah, we'll call the overlay. We'll start calling this name overlay. Then on the border, I'm gonna call this name border. Then on the image, I'm gonna call this name image. Then on the horizontal box, I'm gonna call this name horizontal box. Then on the size box, I'm gonna call this is the size box around our name text, so I'm gonna call this name text size box. And I'm gonna go to the name text and I'm just gonna call this name text. And I'm gonna go to the size box around the text box. I'm gonna call this name text box size box. Then I'm gonna go to the text box and I'm gonna call this name text box. And yeah, that's pretty much the basis for what we want here. So I want to go to the let me check that. Okay, so the size box above our overlay, we also want to change that to say, I'm going to change that to be my name size box, like that. And then on this size box, I'm going to go up to the padding, and I'm going to give it on the top 5 padding, and on the bottom also 5 padding. So now that should be good. And now on that same size box, we just want to duplicate it. And you see, it'll go right under. So now, this is going to be our, let me pull up back my other Elden Ring reference here. This is going to be our body type. So, let me just close that. I don't need that anymore. So, I'm just going to call this body type size box. Just gonna go ahead and go through and rename this stuff. Body type overlay. I'm gonna go to the border, name that body type border. I'm gonna go to the image. I'm gonna call that body type image. And I'm gonna go to the horizontal box, name that body type horizontal box. Then I'm gonna go to the name text size box, and I'm gonna call this body type text size box. Then I'm gonna go to the name text, and I'm gonna call this body type text. And I'm gonna go ahead and go into the text and make it say body type. And then on this size box, we're gonna name this body type button size box, because we're gonna replace this text box with a button. So just go on the text box, delete that, and we're gonna find a button. Then we're gonna pull this button on that size box, and we're just gonna go up here to our text box up here and copy that that tint that we made. So I'm just gonna copy that so that it matches over here. Paste that. Why did that? Oh, yeah, why didn't that? Oh, I'm on the hovered for whatever reason. Let me go to the normal and paste it in there. And sure, I'll paste it on the hovered and on the pressed. Then on the hovered, I'm just gonna copy the same hovered tint that we made right here on our text box so it matches. So on the hovered, on that tint, I'll paste that in. And then on the outline, I'm also just gonna copy this tint so it doesn't have this white outline. You can change that to whatever color you want, but I'm gonna make it match the rest of the tint like that. So compile and save, and then on the button, we're just gonna call this body type button. Then we're gonna go up here and find a text, and we're gonna pull this text onto the body type button. We're gonna rename this to body type button text, and then in the text, we're gonna make it say, for now, we're just gonna make it say male. Later on, we'll be changing some things with that. And then on the size, let's make it like 15, and then on the let's go ahead and change the font as well to our lemon milk, and I'm gonna change the outline size to about 2. Let me find the padding. I might throw some more padding on the bottom, maybe 5 padding on the bottom. Yeah, about like that. Cool. So we'll compile and save. And next, what we need is our age. So we're gonna go up to this body type size box, and we're gonna duplicate it, and we're gonna rename this size box to be age size box. Then we're gonna go to the overlay. We're gonna rename that age overlay. Then we're gonna go to the border. We're gonna name that age border. Then we're gonna go to the image and name that age image. We're gonna go to the horizontal box and name that age horizontal box. We're gonna go to the body type text size box. We're gonna call this age text size box. And then we're gonna go to the text. We're gonna call this age text, and then in the text we're gonna go ahead and make that say age like that. Then we're gonna go to the body type button size box. We're gonna call this age button size box. Then we're gonna go to the button and call that age button. Then we're gonna go to that text. We're gonna call it age button text. And then in that text, we're just gonna make it say young for now. That's what will be by default. Now we're gonna go up to the size box again, the age size box. We're gonna duplicate it, and on this one we're gonna go to the padding, and then on the top padding we're gonna set that to 50, so it has a little gap in it, because if you see, that's kind of what they do here. So we're gonna do the same thing, and we're just gonna name this our origin. So yeah, go up to the size box and we're gonna call this origin size box. Then we're gonna go to the overlay. I'm gonna call this origin overlay. Then we're gonna go to the border. I'm gonna call this origin border. We're gonna go to the image and call this origin image. We're gonna go to the horizontal box and call that origin horizontal box. Then we go to the age text size box and we're gonna call that origin text size box. We're gonna go to the text and call that origin text, and we're gonna go in the text and we're gonna make that say origin, like that. We're gonna go to the age button size box and we're gonna call this origin button size box. We're gonna go to the button. We're gonna call it origin button. We're gonna go to the button text and we're gonna call this origin button text, and then in that text we're just gonna make it say just make it say none for now, and we'll set all of that like when we click on our base templates. We'll have to add some stuff into that. Okay, so now we're gonna go back up to the size box here. We're gonna duplicate it, and then we want to go to our padding here, and we want to set that top padding back down to 5. And next, this is going to be our keepsake. So we're just going to go up here. We're going to rename this keepsake size box. We're going to go to the overlay. We're going to call it keepsake overlay. Then we're going to go to the border. We're going to call this keepsake border. We're going to go to the image and call this keepsake image. We're going to go to the horizontal box and call this keepsake horizontal box. We're going to go to the text size box. We're going to call this keepsake text size box. Then we're going to go to the text of that. We're going to call this keepsake text, and then we're going to go into that text and we're going to make it say keepsake. Then we're going to go down to the button size box and we're going to call this keepsake button size box. Then we're going to go to the button. We're going to call that keepsake button. Then we're going to go to the text. We're going to call this keepsake button text, and then in that text it's also just going to say none for now. And now we just need to do these last two right here, which these are straight up buttons, so we're gonna have to do some different things to this, but we'll go ahead and go to our keepsake size box and we'll duplicate that, and then we're gonna rename this to base template. Okay, so we'll go up here, rename it to base template size box, and we're gonna go to the overlay, call it base template overlay. We're gonna go to the border, call that base template border. We'll go to the image, call that base template image. We'll go to the horizontal box. We'll call that base template horizontal box. And we'll go to the text size box. And we'll call this base template text size box. And then we're gonna go to the text. We're gonna call this base template text. Then in the text, we want it to say choose a base template. So do that, choose base template, like that. Then we're gonna set the font size of this down to maybe like 12, 15, 14. Then maybe just add some padding on the right side. Maybe like 10 or 20. Or maybe, let's try 40. Yeah, 40. 40 looks good. I might make that size a little bit smaller as well. Bring it back down to 12. And then go up to the padding and give it... If you look here, it's kind of more on the right side. Well, we'll set it to... What was it? 50, 40... Let's try 30. Maybe just 20. Yeah, we'll just give it like 20. Yeah, about 20 on the right side. We'll leave it at that. Alright, so now we want to go to the keepsake button. We're actually just gonna delete that size box and button and everything. Then we're going to go up to the horizontal box, the base template horizontal box. We're going to right click on that, wrap with button. And now you see it wraps with that button. So we're just going to go up here and we're going to copy the color of our image here so that we can make this button match. And we'll just paste that color in like that. And then we need to go back to our, let's see, our horizontal box here. Make it fill the whole thing like that. Compile and save. And we need to rename that button to be base template button like that. And on this one we also, let's go back up to the size box because we want to add padding on the top again. We're going to add 50 padding again. And then we're going to right click on our size box here, duplicate it. And we're going to go back up to the padding here, set that top padding back down to 5, like that. And we're just going to rename this. This is going to be our detailed appearance button. So go up to the size box here. We're going to rename it detailed appearance size box. We're going to go to the overlay. We're going to call that detailed appearance overlay. We're going to go to the border. I'm going to call that detailed appearance border. We're going to go to the image and call that detailed appearance image. We're going to go to the button. I'm going to call this detailed appearance button. Then we're going to go to the horizontal box and call that detailed appearance horizontal box. We're going to go to the base template, the text size box. We're going to call this detailed appearance text size box. We're going to go to the text and rename that detailed appearance text. And then we're just going to make that say detailed appearance like that. So we'll just hop in and see how that's looking. Do a save all. There we go. Alright. And yeah, it's looking pretty decent. looking just about there. And just to save time on this one, we'll call it here. In the next one, we will add the little like if you look right here, they have the character status, and the next one we'll be adding that, and it'll show the stats that you have based on which template that you chose. So that's what we're gonna do in the next one, but we're gonna call it here for now. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.